Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day and the world is waiting. Move along to the song, singing in your soul. Feel the beat, clap your hands, let it take control. All you need, all you want, are you ready to find your way? 'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome to Wisconsin Family. I'm Janet Cresson.
And I'm Justin Riley, and we are at Bachman's Pools, Spas, and Saunas. And what have you got there, Janet?
Well, today was kind of fun because they had these rubber ducks laid out, and you just follow the yellow rubber duck through their
to get
front
into
door.
the building, okay, because we're blocking the front door here. So
Yeah, I'm a big fan of rubber ducks. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Rubber ducky, you're the one.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, you bet, of course, that's for you. So we're here at Bachman's Pools, Spas, and Saunas, and we're talking about Radiant Pools today, and Fred's going to kind of give us an overview of what Radiant Pools are all about. They're very versatile, they're easy to install, and they can be above ground, below ground, or some combination in between.
And so can their installs could be a full install or something in between. We're going to learn more about that in case you're thinking about a pool finally this year.
Yeah, we're also going to learn a little bit more about, they're having a chemical sale until the end of May, and obviously we need chemicals in our hot tubs and pools to keep the water healthy and clean and everything, so you'll want to stick around. They've got some really good insights as to what makes clean water and why their products are preferable to maybe, let's say, a big box store.
And how to get it tested too.
Yep, absolutely. Yep.
We're also meeting with Keith. He's from Summit Strength and Fitness. Now this is a new fitness facility where
Yes.
they do climbing and fitness classes, kind of to complement each other, I think.
Yeah, climbing and fitness, and he's going to do a demonstration about, how to, if you're holding something overhead, how to properly have your shoulders placed so that you're getting the most out of that workout. And you don't need to have a lot of weight to do it.
And I think to maybe help your climbing. You're going to start climbing?
I think I might start climbing.
Maybe we'll shoot there one day and you can show me.
I might have just caught the bug. We're also going to talk with Corey from Dodge Point Country Club. They're celebrating a huge anniversary, and they've got some great specials to back that up. And also, they're very involved with bringing golf to a younger generation, high school specifically, so that the tradition can continue. So.
With this weather, I imagine they're in full swing.
Oh, I bet. So that's coming up right after the break here on Wisconsin Family, so stay with us.
And welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We're filming on location today at Bachman Pools, Spas, and Saunas.
And saunas.
Can't wait to learn about that. I saw that here, kind of behind us over there, and I didn't know they had them here, so eager to learn about that. But right now, we're talking golf. Dodge Point Country Club's been open for 70 years, going strong, and even stronger, opening up with new things. And with us, we have a co-owner. This is Corey Sokol. Thanks for joining us today,
Thanks for having
Corey.
me.
Yeah. So happy spring. You guys are probably excited and busy.
Yeah, very excited.
Let's talk about opening the course. You keep other things open all winter, but the course is going to be opening soon for summer and spring.
Yeah, actually, we just opened about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
So we're finally getting going there. Weekends have been good so far. But obviously with the weather lately, it's been a little slow during the week, but things have been good so far.
Yeah, hopefully that'll change for you.
It looks like it's going to.
We're all hoping it changes.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So you guys have membership to the country club, like year-round membership that people can have, and then also you offer something called the 10 Pass Pack. Talk about some of those opportunities that are available.
The 10 Pass kind of got put in place just because people are having a little more financial trouble with paying for memberships and stuff like that, so we wanted to give them an opportunity to still be involved with the club. So we offered a 10 Pass Pack, so it comes at a discounted rate from our normal summer rates. Usually you're saving about 11 to 12 bucks a round.
Okay.
So over the course it's about 120 bucks, so gives them another opportunity to come out and play golf.
Yeah, just another option, exactly.
Correct.
Exactly.
Very nice.
Yep.
When I was looking at some of the pictures of your establishment, I noticed that you have a nice restaurant area, and it looks like it's been open year-round, like I was saying earlier. I saw some Christmas stuff. Talk about the bar, the restaurant, and hours. If people just want to come in for a meal or a drink?
Just on the restaurant part, we're only open to the public on Fridays. We do private parties on Saturdays, and last year when we started doing the private parties on Saturdays, we were actually booked every single Saturday except for 2 weeks.
Well, that tells you something.
Yeah, for about 7 months straight. So it actually ended up working out pretty good for us. The restaurant business is definitely tough. I know a lot of people know that, so I think it's worked out that we just kept it, pretty minimal on the weekends. So
one thing that I thought looked especially attractive were the windows looking out. Really great
yeah, we
view.
definitely get a lot of compliments on the view and stuff like that. especially in a small community like Mineral Point. You know, it's kind of hard to find the restaurants in that areas to go to. So that's definitely been a nice feature for everyone to enjoy.
And the bar is part of that restaurant, or is it a separate feature?
No, it's part of the restaurant.
Okay.
So, you know, we always get a lot of compliments on our TVs, which is nice. I think that's a big deal when you're going into a sports bar area, you know, to have nice TVs. So that definitely draws some people.
Sorry to interrupt. What kind of parties are people having there? Is it, you know, is it weddings? Is it birthday parties? All of the above?
Yeah, all of the above there. The big thing is class reunions.
Really?
We
Okay.
get more class reunions than anything. But the weddings are definitely coming.
Sure.
The biggest thing with our weddings, though, is they have to be outside if you're going to have over 200 people, so that kind of gets dicey with the weather.
Sure, yeah.
So our goal for the next 6 years is to try to build a new clubhouse and get a banquet area that holds about 300. So
That's very cool.
I noticed a gazebo on the
Yep.
somewhere on the golf course. Is that part of the wedding thing?
it's actually not on our property. It's just on there's a, used to be an old schoolhouse, but now it's an apartment complex. It's their gazebo.
Makes you
actually.
look good, though,
Exactly.
doesn't it?
There you
Yep,
go.
for sure.
There you go.
So-
So, I mean, you guys are a big part of the community. You do a lot of community outreach, and you have some junior high and high school programs that are available throughout the season. You want to talk about those a little bit?
Yeah, actually, I coach the high school team in Mineral Point.
Okay.
Jeff Bradley coaches the team in Dodgeville, and both teams play at our facility.
Okay.
And in recent years, we've gone from about 10 high school members, and we're up to about 40 now.
That's very cool.
You know, because without the youth, I don't think we have a future in golf, and I think
Right.
a lot of golf courses are experiencing some problems with that. You know, memberships are getting older.
Sure.
So I try to target, you know, the younger kids and get them out there and try to get them out there for as cheap as possible, just
Yeah.
so they're out playing the game. So.
Get them swinging young, right?
Exactly.
Get them off their screens and on the fairway.
That's right. Yep. Oh yeah, that's the big thing.
So when I brought us in, I mentioned 70 years. That's really something. So congratulations.
Thank you.
On that. What are you doing? Something to celebrate?
Well, actually, for our appreciation day this year, we're going to go back to 1947 pricing on everything.
Okay, this is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Beverages, food, all of it. So, you know, 10-cent drinks and 25-cent hard drinks and stuff like that. So,
When
You
is
might
that?
want to be careful how much you advertise.
yeah, I know. But for the members and the 10 pass back holders, that's just our appreciation getting back to them. You know, 70 years, we've only had 5 owners out there. And
Wow.
I think that, you know, says a lot about the communities and how much they've supported the club over that many years. So,
When is the celebration, those special prices?
July 30th.
Okay, that's
so-
the big day. That's really neat.
So, you guys are located in Mineral Point. Talk to us about where specifically and how specifically people can get in contact with you guys.
The best way is probably through our website, DodgePointCountryClub.com. There is an email service on there, and it goes directly to my personal email. And I have no problem giving out my cell phone number. It's 608-574-5168. Just because of our winter hours, we're not there all the time. So just so the calls can be directed to me personally, and I'll get back to you within 24 hours. So.
Perfect.
Very good. Well, again, this is Corey Sokol. He's with Dodge Point Country Club. Thanks again.
Yep.
And
Thank
happy
you.
anniversary.
Thank you.
We're a Wisconsin family, and we'll be right back.
'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We are at Bachman's Pool Spas and Saunas over on South Stoughton Road, and I can't wait to hear them talk about swim spas later on in the program. That's going to be great.
A little bit of even do-it-yourself work, if you like.
Yeah, absolutely. And first, I should say, we're going to talk a little bit about strength training with Keith Kubisa from Summit Strength and Fitness. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good, good. Good to have you with us today. You were on Talk of the Town earlier
I was.
this week, and we like having you on Wisconsin Family. So let's start a little bit. Talk to us a little bit about how Summit Strength and Fitness got started.
So I do my trade. I'm a personal trainer,
Sure.
which slowly turned into becoming a climbing coach because I had a client that was a climber. So I went to climb myself to get a feel for what that was all about.
Sure.
And I ran out of space at the old gym I was working at because it became so popular with my clients and the kids where I decided I needed my own space where I can control the environment and do
Sure.
what I wanted to do with my clients. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's working out for you. Okay, you feel like you're able to control those variables.
Yeah, that so far. I mean, we're brand new, so we opened in January, so it's
Sure.
still kind of feeling everything out and
Still
as far
working
as-
some of the kinks out and
Yep.
everything. So, well, good.
Well, congratulations, Keith, on
Thank
your new place. What makes you unique? Because there are a lot of little gyms and studios all over Madison.
Yes, we're not a climbing gym per se. We're not a fitness gym. It's more so combining both of those. We're a gym where you can come practice your skill of climbing instead of just going in and screwing around and doing whatever you want. So there's a focus to being on the climbing wall, and there's also a focus to being off the climbing wall, combining both those in a way that makes sense and to be, make most use out of your time.
That's what your classes are about, right?
Yep.
Is helping people be better climbers.
Yeah, and it's easy to go in and just kind of do whatever you want, and that you're going to tend to do what you're good at. And so with the classes, we're going to do things that you aren't necessarily good at, but are going to be good for you to become better at climbing or whatever sport we're training for.
And you really, when you're exercising, you really need some unity and variety, so that you're having those repetitions, so you can build the muscle groups that you want, but you also want to have some variety too, so that your body doesn't become complacent either. So I mean, that's kind of sounds like along the lines of what you're doing.
Yeah, and as far as climbers go, we have the tendency to just want to just climb.
Right.
And so we get those climbers off the wall to do things to further prevent injury from just climbing all the time. Or
Yeah.
if non-climbers, we'll get them on the wall to use your whole body and move in a different way that you aren't used to moving.
That was my next question. So you're getting climbers off the wall, but you also welcome non-climbers to join in as well.
Yeah, and we have a couple classes that, there's people that have been climbing forever and people that are brand new to climbing, and they kind of integrate together and learn from each other.
Working side by side.
Yep.
Oh, that's great.
And there's so much terrain on the wall where they can use what works for them.
The terrain is
Yeah.
wide enough.
Yeah, wide enough. There's varied angles, varied holds. So
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, when you get home from work and you talk to a friend or something like that, do they ever ask you, how was work today, Keith? And you say, I was just off the wall all day.
No, but I should start using that
You
stuff.
should start, yeah.
So you're saying that a summit is, the saying at Summit, I should say, is train smarter, climb harder. What exactly does that mean?
So it's easy to go into a gym and just look at everyone putting up heavy weights or climbing the hardest things, where we tend to neglect how we're using our body and why, and how we use the alignment in our body to stay safe.
Sure.
So it's not a quick process to become a good climber, a good athlete. So we want to get all the minuscule things first.
Sure.
To make sure we're doing the
Right.
big things right.
Well, let's do. You have a demonstration
Yeah,
that you want
let's
to
do
do
that
with us
quick.
here. So I'm going to put my thing down here, and then you're going to ask me to do something.
Yeah.
here.
So all day, most of us in our everyday life, we're hunched over forward. So our chests,
Yeah.
our shoulders are what we like to call pronated.
Pronated, okay.
So we never, anytime we get up overhead, it's hard to
Yeah.
open up.
Okay.
Sometimes we get on the climbing wall, we get into these weird moves where we have
Yeah.
to be overhead, and that's where injuries are going to occur
Okay.
when we're not ready for it. So if we're at the gym, we'd have something really light, like a 5-pound dumbbell or a PVC pipe. And so you're going to reach your hands as high towards the sky as you can, and typically, our hands are going to be in front of our head.
Yeah.
So we want to open up our chest by pinching our shoulders back,
Okay.
all while using our posterior. So our posterior being this whole line of muscles down our back, which we also tend to neglect. So as you're doing that, I want you to pinch your shoulders back and roll your hips forward, so you take out
Okay.
this lumbar curve in your back. You try to make your back as flat as possible.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
so, like
I'm
I
feeling
said,
it.
Like I said, we don't need a whole lot of weight
Yeah.
to do that. So
No more weights. It's
so-
fine.
Yeah,
I'm
you can
good.
put those
I'm
down.
good.
So is that part of your classes, is holding that position?
Yeah, holding that position or doing an active stretch, so moving through a stretch. Well, like I said, have a 5-pound dumbbells in our hand, if that, or a PVC pipe,
Yeah.
just to properly warm up and get
Sure.
our body in that right alignment to start.
Sure,
moving.
yeah. All right. And we have just about 30 seconds left, but I want to make sure you get a chance to talk about your summer youth program that's going on May through August.
Yeah, so I'm really passionate about working with kids. I've coached kids for a long time, and so we're trying to start up a further program in the fall. But throughout the summer, we're just doing a one day a week,
Okay.
for a couple hours with kids of all ages to get them on the wall, learn how to move on the wall, and hopefully by the fall we'll have enough kids where we can start adding multiple days and having more of a structure to kind of match what other climbing gyms are doing with teams.
Kids of all ages.
Yes, we
What's
have-
the youngest you have?
There's been 3-year-olds in the gym, but
Wow, that's incredible. Well, Keith Kubisa from Summit Strength and Fitness, thank you so much for the information and thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Don't go away. More Wisconsin Family coming up right after this.
'Cause every day is a new day.
And welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We are here at Bachman's Pool Spas and Saunas. And someone mentioned, one of the guests earlier today mentioned, it smells like vacation in here. And I think that's what I was trying to tell you earlier today, Jan, is that I just love the smell when you walk in. But we're joined now by Fred and Kaya Bachman. How are you guys?
We're good, thank you.
Thanks for having us, as always. And we've decided that we're going to, instead of talking swim spas, we're going to talk about radiant pools. And I think this is really, really fascinating because radiant pools are so versatile and they're pretty easy to put together. So first, can you talk to us a little bit about what a radiant pool is?
Well, a radiant pool can be an above ground pool, it can be a fully recessed pool, it can be built on the side of a hill and partially recessed or fully recessed on one end and fully exposed on the others. That's the versatility.
Sure.
The thing is, they're really easy to install too for the do-it-yourselfers.
Yeah.
I mean, all you really need to do, there's an insulated wall which helps energy efficiency. The two insulated walls go together with just two little aluminum splines. You line up the walls, you put the spline in, and then the coping goes over the top. There's different coping options, and you know, the really nice thing about it is the winter cover on the radiant pool.
Sure.
After you put your liner in, the winter cover just clips right in the top, and
okay.
it floats over the top of the pool during the off season. Versus a lot of other above ground pools, if you drive around in the country and you see them, the winter cover drapes over the top, and they either put a big bungee around it, or you see milk jugs hanging with water in them to hold it down.
Yeah.
The interlocking radiant winter covers just makes it look more finished during the off season.
Sure. So, and that's, I think, important to know because, you know, when I was a kid, we had one of those cheap $100 plastic 3-foot deep swim pools, and we had to take it down every winter. I mean, it wasn't meant to stay up during the winter, but this can stay up like 365 days a year.
Yeah, and you know, lifetime warranty on these things. They're very, very durable, and again, easy to install.
Speaking of install, Fred, we were talking earlier about how you guys could install it for a customer. You could do part of the install and they can do part if they're kind of a do-it-yourselfer, or you could even come in and save the day if they give it a go and decide it's not working out the way they had hoped.
Well,
is that right?
You know, one of the bigger challenges for most people is getting the ground preparation because it does need to be level and you need to get sand in the middle before you start building. So we would offer that service for the do-it-yourselfers, get the ground level, and then they come in and build it themselves. Or we're full service, or if they have their own, you know, a lot of people out in the country, farmers have their own equipment.
Yeah.
So they get it level, then we come in and erect the pool.
Yeah.
Or you get to that point, then you want us to come and connect the plumbing, which is actually one of the easier parts too.
Right.
But we're willing to do any phase of the installation that the customer's not comfortable with doing themselves or able.
So you, anywhere from just selling them the kit to doing the full install.
You got it. Yep.
That's awesome.
And I got to say, I was looking through the brochure, and some of these are really beautiful. And I love how you can actually, if it's above ground, you can build a deck to go alongside the pool. Looks really neat.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's very cool. And I want to make sure that we, and you had mentioned earlier before we move on here, you had mentioned that it only really takes about a half a day for the actual pool install. If you get 2 people working on it, I mean, it doesn't take very long.
Yeah, this depends on the size of the pool. The oval pools take a little bit more work, but yeah, 2 people, a typical 24-foot round pool could put that pool together after the ground prep is done in a half a day, easily.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty easy stuff.
Yep.
So I want to make sure also that we talk a little bit about the True Blue Promise, and so I'm going to head over to you there, Kaya.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
So
Hello.
you're having a chemical sale, you're talking the True Blue Promise. First of all, tell us, what is the True Blue Promise?
The True Blue Promise is a promise that you're not going to miss a moment with your pool throughout the summer. So we offer a free analysis, water analysis to all of our customers. You can bring in a water sample and we can introduce you to the True Blue Promise program. If you're using our products, we're going to promise you're not going to have any problems. And if you do, we're going to give you that product with no charge.
Wow. Wow.
Yep, and we also have our chemical sale going on now through the end of the month. It's 20% off chemicals, accessories, replacement filters, toys, fun stuff for the
Toys.
pool, hot tubs also.
Yeah.
It's a really good time to stock up.
Sure, sure. And you know, along the lines of the True Blue Promise, I think that's, you know, that gets my attention because I'm sure some of our viewers have experienced this. They go to swim in their pool, they pull the cover off, and it's green.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they did everything that they were supposed to do, but for some reason it just didn't work out. And then it's like, okay, now what? Now what do we do?
Yeah.
But you guarantee, the True Blue Promise is that you guarantee that's not going to happen, or you'll just get.
We do guarantee it. You know, there's a big difference between our professional products versus going to the big box. There's a lot of fillers in those big box products.
Right.
So you're putting things in your pool, you don't really know how it's going to react with other things. So come to the professional, and we can
Absolutely.
help you step by step.
Absolutely.
And Kaya, just, you said for your customers, but really anyone that has a pool can bring in a sample.
Absolutely.
And you'll test it
Absolutely.
for free.
Absolutely.
It's pretty amazing. That's nice.
Yeah, and when you test, you basically give them kind of a printout or a report of everything they need to make their water perfect.
We rate your water.
Okay.
So there's a rating scale on there between the comfort level, your levels of sanitation, and then it goes step by step, where you're at, where you need to be at, why you're there,
Right.
why you need to get there. So it's not you're not just throwing stuff, taking guesses.
Right.
Yeah, the printout that the customer gets is very specific based on the gallons of water they have and the results of the water test for how much product to put in the pool.
Right. Right.
We have had people come in here with that list and then go to a big box store with it, and they use those products, and they don't have as good of results because BioGuard products are more concentrated.
Right.
An example, I mean, chlorine is probably the biggest one. The BioGuard product is 99.6% pure.
And that's what you carry is the BioGuard.
Correct.
Yeah.
And when you go to the big box store, a lot of time you look on the label, anywhere from 64 to 68%
Wow.
pure chlorine, and it says on the bottom the other 32 to 36% is inert ingredients.
Wow.
Well, I mean they cost 2/3 as much as ours,
But
but
you're gonna be
go
using-
figure,
So
right?
it's basically the same
Yeah.
price. I mean, so literally you use 2/3 of the BioGuard product that you would from the big box.
Well, and then you're putting inert in your pool. What is
Inert.
inert?
Yeah,
what is inert? You know?
Exactly.
Right.
Well, that's very cool. So, if people want to, let's say they want to utilize your guys' services in terms of, installing a full install, do they have to call? How far ahead do they really need to call to make sure that they get an appointment and they get it in before swimming time?
Well, right now we're booked out until third week of June.
Wow. Okay.
With the installs, and that's kind of why I was pushing the do-it-yourself
Pushing the
first.
do-it-yourself,
you know?
okay.
Yeah, I don't really like turning down the opportunities, but
Right.
so yeah.
But if people if they're constructing a new home or something like that, and they know it's not going to be finished until June or July,
Yeah.
that's still an option.
Oh, absolutely.
There's a lot of new houses going up.
We prefer to build pools in midsummer and fall,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
The ground's tighter, you don't tear up the
Right.
yard as much. There's a lot of reasons.
And you're actually going to have a sample up and running in the next month or so, right? In your,
Absolutely.
Right
Yeah.
here at
Next
the
time
store.
we're here.
Yeah.
We look
Yeah.
forward to
For
that.
sure.
Well, Fred and Kaya Bachman, thank you so much for
Thank you.
having us here today, and thanks for the information.
Thank
And thank you to all of our viewers for watching. We'll catch you next time on Wisconsin Family.
The beat, clap your hands, let's take control.